morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is the Race Statistics YouTube channel. We're only on YouTube today for FP1, but hey, that's we're trying some stuff out with the YouTube algorithm. But hey, yes, I've been here all the time. That's interesting. It's showing the @ in front of our usernames. Yeah. YouTube made a change to how it's doing things, and I don't know why they changed it. Paula had to change her username back to her display name back to Polaboo. Yeah, it's been crazy this morning. So yeah, YouTube made a change. Sorry, everyone. We don't know why, but they just did. Well, this is going to be interesting. It's all white. Yeah, we're here for the Austrian Grand Prix Free Practice 1, everyone. Yeah, it's a YouTube thing. What's up, Free Practice 1? In about 5 minutes or so. Are we live? Am I live? Let me just check. Yeah, I am live. Sure everything's set up correctly. So, F1 film came out yesterday officially. No spoilers, please. Mostly because there's a lot of people who have not seen the film. We want to give this weekend no F1 spoilers for the film. I have seen the film. It's a great film. There are things that if you didn't like Drive to Survive, you might not like this film. Is the only thing I can say without spoiling. But I did not walk away from that film disappointed. I was happy. There are things I can't say about that film that are hilarious. And there's like lots of great meme moments in that film, by the way. So yeah, I don't know what happened to YouTube. This is new. This is like YouTube wasn't doing this yesterday, so. So right now we are 5 minutes to go. F1 is starting their broadcast for Free Practice 1. They're doing the theme right now. Is the in-camera shots good? Oh no, they're better than good. They're incredible. Yeah, if you liked Top Gun Maverick, then you're definitely gonna love the F1 film. It's from the same group. Trying to see what else you guys. I want to thank those of you who are here right now. It is early in the morning for a lot of people. Again, we're using the C33C, C3, C4, C5. These are the standard 3 compounds that we normally use. Normally what we normally use. So we're not using the C6 compound this weekend. That's interesting. We've been finding that new C6 compound only really works at Monaco because the track at Monaco is the shortest on the entire year, so they're not getting destroyed on a single lap at Monaco, and that's what those dark tires were really designed for. In fact, we saw them a couple times at other tracks. It's interesting. A lot of camera shots were done at Silverstone in the film, and so you'll see Silverstone in a way that you have never seen before. So that is much as I can tell you guys about the film without starting to ruin things about the film, without spoiling the film for you. I can only say that I did not walk away. I walked away from that film very satisfied in more than one way. The people where people are from. We've got Martin from the Netherlands. Kingami is from India. Again, I'm in the state of Texas right now. I'm north of Dallas. Is the best way to put it. I actually did go to the movie in my Racing Statistics T-shirt. So the harbinger of of red flags did show up yesterday. You're in Vietnam, flying to Texas. Are you coming back from Vietnam, or are you coming to Texas for a particular reason, Andy? Well, a minute and 30 seconds left to go before we get our green flag running in FP1. I believe, there are 3 FP1 rookies on the grid this morning. Let's see. Alex Dunn is in for Lando Norris. Sorry, not Oscar. It's Lando. I have all this information down. Well, let's pull that up. Ari Lindbad is going to be, so that is, let's see, the colors have changed. No, it's showing showing Sonoda in the car. See Isaac, is he lost? And that's weird. Our Lindbad was supposed to be in for Yuki Tsunoda. Not sure that the chart is correct. 2, Alex Dune is in for Lando Norris, and then Dino Regovic, because someone put this pronouncing it. He's a Swedish driver from High Tech. He's in for sorry, not Charles Leclerc. God, take a moment here. And people are lining up, and it's the 2 Ferraris. One of the McLarens is coming out. So it's Hamilton, Alex Dune. Alex is basically the F2 driver champion. He's currently first in F2 right now. So Ocon, and then Brigovic. He's the Swedish F2 driver for with High-Tech's TRG. What's happened to Leclerc? Why he's not on the board? Brigovic is in for him for FP1. It's just for FP1, man. So I wouldn't worry. Just looking right now what you guys are saying. Hey, Shay. Got Shay here. We got Andy here. We got Paula here. Again, if your username doesn't look like it's supposed to because YouTube has done something and changed things up, the 3 of those I just called out, they're green in chat because they've joined the channel. They're throwing a few bucks each month to support the channel. Thank you so much. Dune, as I've been saying, is pronounced Dunn. He's Irish. Okay. He's the first Irish driver in 22 years in F1. That's interesting. Okay. Hamilton just setting on a flying lap now. Again, it's early. People are just coming out for the first time this morning. Where's Leclerc? He's out for FP1. A rookie driver's in per the rules. Again, every team has to run 2 sessions with a rookie driver in each car. Hi, Quentin. Happy Friday to you. So it looks like they put done out on a soft tire. Everyone's on medium and hards at the moment. The only two who have not come out have been Sainz and Ali Behrman. And Delhi setting the first time, fastest first and second, third sectors, that is. Right now, we have a very active track right now. Stroll's going to top of the board with 107.830. Alonso going P4. So we got Stroll, Antonelli, Gasly, Alonso, Hulkenberg, top 5. Oscar's gone P8. Albon's gone P2. It looks like they've basically had Gunn go out and scrub a soft set of tires. Yeah, everyone is on track now. It looks like they did an adjustment on his car on the same set of soft tires. Driver and team colors are now much better, different than a few weeks ago. Thank you. Yep, that was a new change by Race Statistics this morning. It's going to take a little while for me to figure out who's who again. Though it does help, the blue between Red Bull and the Williams. Got to get used to the pink of the Alpines. Russell going top of the board, 107, 104. That was a full purple lap. Best by 0.69 faster than Stroll. Nice. Who's the replacement for Lando? That would be Alex Dunn. He's an Irish F2 driver. He's currently first in F2 right now. Yeah, you guys are seeing basically usernames with the @ in front of them on YouTube this morning. That's a change that YouTube has made. Don't know why they did it, but you can go back and go to your YouTube settings to change that to how you like it to be. Replay of Max going just slightly off. No, I was through the curbs. Is the track just dirty? Yeah, Max just went over a set of curbs and it kicked up dirt. So again, the big stories coming in this weekend. Again, Russell won the previous race, and Antonelli got his first podium. Max was second. Max still has 11 penalty points, and he's 1 point away. I believe the first penalty points drop off in the next before Silverstone. James Vall was locked up by Williams. He's got a new deal, so he will be with the team much longer. He's been the architect of their turnaround right now. They've been performing significantly much better since he's become basically the principal team lead. Say hi to Elle. Another one of the people who have joined the channel. One of the perks of joining the channel is that you do get special emojis that are particular to this channel. Also, there you get a free super chat month to month How long does a penalty point stay? It stays for a year on your license. So we're waiting for the first points that Max got last year. Yeah, next drop-off point is June 30th. So in the next 3 days. So Monday? Yeah. So this Monday, the first few points will drop off of Max's license. If Max picks up a point this weekend, he will then not race next weekend at Silverstone. No sprint race this weekend. That's correct. Riaga is a normal race weekend with all three practices, quality, and the race itself. Got 9 minutes into the session so far, and as it stands, Russell's the top of the board. Stroll is second, Antonelli's third. Those are the only three drivers in the 106 times at the moment. P4 through P14 are in the 107s. And then we've got 4 in the 108s, and then we've got a couple others who have not actually set a representative time as of yet. So Bregnick is in for Turk right now. He's been in the. No, he just came out of the pits. He's now on a hard tire. Dune is the one still in the pits. He did 4 laps on a soft tire. Two stints. It's still in the pits still. Well, they had announced that Lindblad would be in for Yuki Tsunoda. I'm not sure what has happened since that announcement. Again, yes, the F1 film did come out this weekend. Again, we're holding back from further discussion of the film because it just came out. So we want to give people time. So we won't be discussing the film this weekend. I will discuss it next weekend at Silverstone. That point, if you haven't had a chance to see it by then, that's on you. But no discussion of the film this weekend because it is very good. Yeah, it is a very good film. And if you the one thing I will say, if you didn't like Drive to Survive, you might not like the film's story. The one caveat going into that film. But the driving scenes are incredible, and it's not just they do more than just F1. There's setup for that film. Um, they show some other tracks that are not on the F1 calendar, not F1, and that's actually really they're all good. Straight up to every track that they filmed at was awesome. Looking right now. No big change. Russell, Stroll, Antonelli are the top three at the moment. Stroll, Oscar, Alonso are the next. Sainz did a 106.937. Here comes Verstappen, did a 106.723. He's only 186 behind Russell, fastest third sector. You did that on a set of medium tires. Alonso's up to top to third now, 106.791, 254 behind Russell. Russell has the fastest second sector. Again, Max had the fastest third sector. Charles isn't here. No, like he is out of this session so that an F1 rookie driver can be in the seat per rules. That's Dino Regnanovic, and I am not pronouncing his name. My apologies. Again, he's a Swedish F2 driver with the high-tech TRG group. Alex Dune is the other driver that is in for replacement. He is in for Lando Norris. He's the Swedish F2 driver with he's the Irish F2 driver, currently first in F2. Yeah, Aaron Lindbergh was supposed to be in for Yuki. They had announced it. He's the currently third in F2. I wonder if something happened. Something's going on. And Russell right now top of the board, 106.139. And Nelly has just gone P2, 106.342. He's only 2/10 behind his teammate. Why hasn't he left the pits? He has left the pits. He's done 4 laps. And if I'm mispronouncing names, just yell at me. Please keep yelling at me. Tell me how I should pronounce them. So I'm saying, if I'm saying Dune, like the film, it should be done. Again, we've gone 15 minutes into the session so far. You are listening to the Race YouTube channel. We're only on YouTube this morning for FP1. We're doing a test with the algorithm right now. Again, things have changed with YouTube again, as you can see with the usernames in chat. Again, also we've got 2 rookies in for FP1, and we've got Alec Dunn for Lando Norris, and then here we go, Dino Rignanovic, and I'm not pronouncing that name. Please tell me how to say it correctly. He is in for Charles Leclerc. Greg Novich. I think I'm pronouncing that now. Thank you. Mercedes is back. Yeah, the Mercedes is looking really good. I mean, this is FP1, and FP1's not necessarily representative of times. Where it just went P3, 106.644. That's half a second behind Russell's time. He is ahead of Max by 8,000 hundredths, I should say, 0.0881 actually, 81 thousandths. Sort of just went off. Showing a replay. Yeah, he went straight. He didn't make the turn. He just went straight off. The F2 drivers were during their practice were pushing the limits of the track as well. So Max just went P3. Science is current P4 on the board. Bordello is P5. Max did a 106.489. He's 0.35 behind. Science is at 4/10 behind. Yeah, so again, I watched part of the F2 practice this morning, and they were pushing the track limits and seeing where how to race this track. So we will see people come off and come on track. I mean, Yuki just did it, but we'll expect that to be, particularly in I suspect in F2 we will see more people pushing the limits of the track. Again, F2 is going to be more representative of what we'll see for the racing for quali tomorrow. But this is just practice, and per regulations, each team has to put, for each car has to put a rookie driver in twice. So this is one of the times that they'll be doing that. So Charles has been replaced by Rignovic, and Alex Dunn has replaced Lando Norris. They will be back for FP2, so don't worry about it. Doom was replaced by Colapino. Hamilton did 107.567 lap. I mean, Lewis may not be doing quali style runs at the moment. I mean, we're only 20 minutes into this session. He could be weighted down with fuel. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be going on with Hamilton at the moment. He may not. The most likely is that he's not on a quali style program currently right now, and yeah, I mean they've got Begonovich basically in the other car. So they don't necessarily have to push this session right now. It's still early. Like everyone has the medium hard. Yeah, pretty much wherever everyone is. We did see Dunn go out on a soft tire, and he's done. Is he back out? He's he did 6 laps on a soft tire, and that was it for him so far. I think there's something up with the car. Yeah, take a look what's going on. Not spelling advice, pronunciation. Yeah, I'm. Colapino is the one that's the hardest one for me right now to get right. Because I'm normally just by my accent where I'm from, the T will end up getting dropped. Yeah, we drop the T's. My accent is south of Boston, so there's multiple accents in the New England area, and where I'm from is south. My accent is south of Boston, more closer to Providence, Rhode Island. So there's a natural in that accent mode. You tend to the T is less pronounced than other people. So looking, the conditions are hot on track. It is a track temperature of 41 degrees Celsius. Air temperature 24.2. Humidity is about 50%. It did rain yesterday. No, I appreciate Marcelo. I do really appreciate it. I mean, you're not the only. I'm just pointing out you're not the first person to tell me that I'm pronouncing Calpino's name incorrectly. Yeah, no indication of why Dunn is still in the pits after only doing 6 laps. Hamlin has done only 7 laps. So there's that for comparison. The only two who have done single digit laps so far. A lot of drivers on hard tires in F1. Do you have enough for the race or will not? I have a feeling it may not be a race tire. Oh no, they're using the C again. That hard tire is the C3 and the medium C4 and the so like what we saw at like Emma, the C4 was the hard tire, the medium was C5, and then we were using the super soft C6 as that soft tire. This weekend we've got our C3, C4, C5, which we have seen all. We saw for the most part all of last year when they went on the soft side. Oscar going P4, doing 106.344 lap on a medium tire. Russell improved his time with a 105.776. He had the fastest second and third sector. Sainz is currently P2. He did a 106.017. He's 2.41 behind Russell. He did that on a medium tire. Antonelli and Russell are on soft tires at the moment, but they are on cooldown laps at the moment. So right now we've got Antonelli, Russell, and Oscar on track. It looks like that Antonelli and Russell might do another. I don't know. We'll see if they come in. Yeah, Mercedes has been looking good again. They brought a new upgrade. They figured out what to do with the upgrade, and so they are pushing hard and doing well. Again, Russell won the last race. Antonelli came third, his first podium. They were split by Max P2. But yet to see is how Norris is going to respond after causing the accident with Oscar that took him out of the last race at the very end. Oscar would finish the race, Norris would not, and that dropped him back further in the Drivers' Championship. So Russell is pitting. I think they sent Antonelli around. Antonelli was apparently on a good lap. He did a 106.130. That moved him up, moved his time, but not his position. He has now 0.354 behind. Alex Dung is coming out of the pits. It's only 3 cars on track. So Oscar is on, looks like a flying lap right now. He improved in sector 1. Lewis has issue with the gearbox. Okay. And it's both cars. So they found an issue in Leclerc's car, which is driven by Vinovich in this session. Floor's off, car in pieces, and then they've got Hamilton's gearbox issues. So this is not good for Ferrari starting off. Car's not set up well, some issues with the car. Shea has left the building. Thank you for coming, Shea. more on track right now. Stake Sauber team is out. Hamilton's coming back out on track. Bierman's on track. Russell's on track. We're going to see some new laps starting now with Hulkenberg and Barlow. Oh, interesting news fact is that Max has a different engineer this weekend. GP has a weekend off apparently. D1, who is D1? That is Alex Dunn. He is an Irish driver in F2. He currently leads F2, and he's in for Lando Norris for FP1. So this is just an FP1 rookie driver. Lando will be back next session. Bro just went P2 on the board, 105.915 on a soft tire. Fastest third sector. Russell up right now is on a flying lap. Fastest second sector. Not improving in sector 1. Does improve in his position, his time, 105.542. Dunn is coming across the line, 107.196. That's put him 17th. Again, he's in a rookie car, but he's only 1.6 off the pace. So that's actually relatively good considering that he's a rookie. Isaac coming out of the pits, doing a practice start. Bierman just went P9 with a 106.738. Oh, that's much better. Why is YouTube serving me up in 480p? My God. Where's Lando? Lando's out right now. Again, Alex Dunn is the one in for Lando. That's the DUN driver. Beganovic is the other driver. That is the BEG driver. He's in for Charles Leclerc. Again, Leclerc and Lando will be back in FP2. Why is Hamilton 16th? We suspect he's not doing a quality run, a quality test. He's doing a program that's more race related. He could very easily be weighted down with fuel. We have a yellow flag. Why do we have yellow? So Alonso has turned himself around. He's read himself, and we've gone back to green flag. See if there's something. Alonso didn't crash. He turned himself around. He is back running again. See if there's a replay of what happened. Yeah, if had Alonso crashed, we would have gotten the red flag and not a yellow. Here we go. Here's Alonso. What did he do? Looks like he's coming to the turn 1. He going over curbs? Yeah, he went over curbs. No, it was the end of the lap. He went over curbs, and then ended up backwards, pointing the wrong way on the end of the grid, starting grid. Yeah, Alonso's fine. His tires may not be. He slid around backwards into the grass. What happened with Fernando Alonso? Basically, he just went backwards for a few meters. He was able to turn himself around and continue. Gasly just went P2, 105.780. He's a 0.2838 behind Russell with the fastest third sector. Tsunoda right now on a lap where he's the fastest in the first sector. He's going to go up to P12. He lost the time in sector 3. Yeah, he lost like 3, almost 4/10 off of Gasly's time in comparison. Alonso already back onto a flying lap. Isaac on a good lap, a decent lap right now. Isaac is 0.3 off, though Alonso's within range of. And Alex just went P12 with a 106 port, 450. Oscar's only P11 in the session. Again, this is FP1. We'll see how drivers react in FP2. Yeah, it is interesting to note that Tsunoda got a purple in sector 1 and then lost like 3/4 in sector 2 on that last lap. Antonelli jumping up to P6. So again, one of the things that we've been doing after sessions is, I know we've been on our website, we've been showing each driver's best lap time and then their ideal lap time. And how you calculate the ideal time is you take their best times in each of the sectors individually and add that into a lap, and that is considered their ideal lap. And that's typically, unless someone did a full flying purple lap, your ideal lap will be different from your best lap, actual lap on track. And so we've been getting a Gantt chart of each of the drivers showing the difference between the gap between the ideal and their best lap time. So that's something that will be interesting to see, particularly with Yuki, given how he went, again, fastest sector 1 and then blows it in sector 2 by 4/10 on that same lap. So man, Spectre Seb is our bot in channel. Interesting fun fact is that the bot just put out in 1983, Ferrari won the World Constructors Championship with the drivers in P3, P4. It's the only time where a team has won the constructors without one driver in P1 or P2. Yeah, the guys are trying. They're pushing those curves this weekend. They're testing out where those curves are what they're doing with the curbs are doing, and how they're reacting on the car. And this is something that the F2 drivers were doing as well. They were also checking the limits of the track and trying to figure out the best way to drive it. For them, this is like their first time on this track. Right now, F1 is following along with Albon on his current lap. He's improved in sector 1, sector 2. Going to come to the end of his lap. He just passed the last turn 10. And he goes across the line P6 with 105.946. Again, you're listening to the Racing Statistics YouTube channel. We're only on YouTube this morning. That may change for FP2, so don't worry. Again, this is Crash with your live action for FP1. We do have a Discord channel. We've been doing a lot of discussions over there. One of the things we do have a humor channel. I before going into the F1 movie, I put in a poll for a few hours, and asking if I should say this is the Racing to YouTube channel in the theater before the movie starts. I was told I was it voted people voted yes. The options were yes, no, or yes if there was a red flag. I have to start my car like a computer. It's very complicated. Yeah, the F1 cars are pretty complicated. Again, there's things again like um, I know with like the Indy cars, they actually have Hamilton's not in the pit. He had been in the pit earlier. Hamilton had a gearbox change during this session. Looks like Briganovich basically is out on track now. Basically, they had pulled his car apart. There was an issue with his car earlier. Again, he is in for Charles Leclerc, who will be back in FP2. Landon Norris is out in this session. He's in Alex Dunn. Excuse me. He's in for Lando Norris. Again, Lando will be back in the car for FP2. Again, it is required. We got a yellow flag. And it is Ocon who has gone off track. He has missed the first turn. Currently off track. He's moving. So this will resolve back to green in a few moments. So as he joins the track, he's going to wait for a good point, and here he comes. Yeah, he's now coming back onto track. So we've now gone to green. Is driving too complicated? No. Yes and no. I mean, it's a technical skill. It it could be more complicated. Oh wow, Ocon basically locked up, and he looks like he's got a flat spot on that one of those tires now. How does the relationship between the rookies and the teams work? Bro and Begman both race for high tech, but Bro with Williams and Begman for because basically they are part of those respective academies. Yeah, the F2 teams. It's F2 is the developmental for F1 drivers, but it's not like here in the United States. Like we have baseball, and like I follow the Boston Red Sox, and their the first level of development under the majors is AAA, and that's now currently in Worcester, Massachusetts. We don't have that direct. Um, they are the affiliate AAA affiliate of the Red Sox. That's not how things are directly. We don't have that direct relationship. It's more like football where you have a team that's in the Premier Leagues, and then they bring in a wonder kid, and they then loan out the wonder kid to someone that's in, say, the Championship or League One, and that's more the relationship between F1 and F2, F3, more in the regards is that they have their respective academies, and then they basically go to different teams to put their driver in the car. And in some cases, these teams are helping to pay the way for these drivers in those feeder series. The one change in this is the F1 Academy, and this is more specifically because of how the academy is set up. With again, Susie Wolf is the one in charge. She's actually gone to all the teams and managed to get each of the teams to actually sponsor a car in the academy. And as I've been talking, Max has gone P2, 105.507. He's only 65,000 behind Russell. Oscar's gone P3. He's 155 behind. And then Dunn has done 0.244 behind. So it's a 105.766 behind. Right now, we've got Russell, Ocon, Sainz, Begovic, and Antonelli on track right now. It's only 5 cars on track. Again, we're about 16 minutes left to go in this session. What's wrong with Lewis? Nothing's wrong with Lewis, everyone. Yes, he is back of the grid, but he's only 1.4 off the pace. And I suspect that he's not doing a quality side. He's not done a quality side run all day long. He's doing race related stuff, and that would explain why he's so far back. Again, he's only 1.4, behind the lap right now. I know that's a big, but if you're not doing a quality run, you're doing race related stuff. That's actually a pretty good time. So that's how yes, he's in 20th, but I suspect again why he's there. Suspect he's there on purpose. Looking right now. Welcome Cyberwolf to chat, along with L, Paula. I know Shay was here, they had to leave. Again, these are the individuals who have joined the channel. I want to thank them as well. We also have a Patreon that you can join if you want to help support the channel and the work that we do here. The Patreon link has been dropped into chat. Again, we also have a Discord channel. How's the session been? Any red flags? No red flags so far in this practice session. I suspect that we won't get a red flag. This track isn't punishing. It's not like Monaco. It's not like I think like Miami, where if you make a mistake, you will hit the wall and that will punish you. This track has a lot of runoff area, a lot of area to slide into the gravel. I know one of they've made changes to the track to make the runoffs a little more punishing, but they're not. They're built. This track is built to be gentle on the driver, so they can push it harder. Racing Bulls are doing pit stop practice. That was a slow pit stop, though. Again, if you guys have any questions in chat, you guys can just drop them in. You can also at me. just drop my name in chat. It will highlight my name. It will make it easier to see that you are trying to get my attention. Red flag. If you look carefully, you might spot a corner where a red flag incident is more likely, but it's not many of them. Yeah, I mean, can't say that. It's too early. Um, yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers away for the F1 film. When do you think Alex Dune might actually race? That's a good question. That's a question of what seat is open for him to take. Again, right now Dunn is right now leading F2, and so if he becomes the F2 champion, he will uh, he will graduate out of F2, and then the next question is where does he go? And typically, right now, last year was an oddity where we had many rookies come in. But when we look back a few years, um, Drogovic hasn't gotten into F1. Um, Theo Porcher has not gotten into F1. He ended up over in IndyCar. Again, Drogovic is still the reserve driver for Aston Martin. And then on top of that, we have, was that Russell saying there's raindrops? Oh boy, Hamilton just went P9 with 106.099. He's only 5.57 behind Russell's time. There are some rain clouds, dark clouds over the track at the moment. Again, we look at Oscar. He had to spend a year after F2 as a reserve driver before he ended up getting the drive. Well, Alpine was going to promote him, but he had a contract already with McLaren. You can see how things have gone with that. He's now our point leader, championship leader in the drivers' championship at the moment. Hmm. Right now, Alex Dunn is P4. He has his best time is a 105.766, which is only 0.224 behind Russell's time. Hamilton back into the pits. Again, we got everyone but Hamilton out at the moment. I suspect Hamilton will be back out any moment now. We are 8 minutes to go in this session. Again, this is the first practice for the Austrian Grand Prix. This is Race's YouTube channel. We're only on YouTube this morning. We'll likely be on more channels later this afternoon. That not confirmed, but I suspect we will be. Hey, this is Grash with you live. They are saying that there's some moisture around turn 3. That's one thing I did hear over F1 TV. Multi, what were you referring to about it's not racing? Or it's racing. Was there a specific incident or something that happened? Well, you're like 30 seconds ahead of me, Al. Your thoughts on likelihood of Dunn being dispatched as a markable driver continuing being snatched up by a midfield team if a driver doesn't perform, particularly if Stroll left? Well, here's the issue with Stroll is a special case because he's, his dad owns the team. Stroll leaves Aston Martin when Stroll wants to leave Aston Martin and do something else. That's basically where it comes down with Lance Stroll. And as it stands, he'll be back with the team in some other form. He'll be back with the team, probably an executive later on, if not you know, in some particular role with the team. But yeah, no, Lance Stroll leaves that seat as a driver when he wants to, and that's his privilege and his right to do so. Glenn clearly best race car. Well, no, really. Um, Mercedes has looked really good. Mercedes looked good today as well. Max is always out there. Can't tell you how proud of Dune. This is Jackie Yonola. If I'm not pronouncing it correctly, my apologies. It's my Polish side. And they're saying that he's just bad enough to give Max problems. Tyrell is shocked that Dune was able to set a good lap like that. He's a good driver to watch. Definitely, he is the leading driver in F2 currently right now. We got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this session. As soon as this session ends, basically we will be moving over again. Those of you here on YouTube, we'll be moving over to the FT2 live stream. So I'm not going to stay much longer after the session ends. And that's again 3 minutes ago. 3 minutes ago in this session. No one right now is pushing. Hamilton's in the pits. I think they're working on the car. Hasn't been a great session for the Ferraris. I know I think he had a gearbox problem earlier, Donnelly. We'll see. We'll see what I have to go look. Let me take a look at the. Yeah, so teams look. There's F1 is saying a lot of these teams are doing higher fuel runs to end out the session. Um, yeah. One of the things that they're pointing out is that Lawrence Meckles says that they've got upgrades at the Racing Bulls. Again, that's Lawson and Isaac. Boston Mercedes Total went to a birthday party to celebrate the 30th of Sebastian Vettel. Well, I mean, there's definitely Vettel has since retiring. I mean, he was already adored, the gentleman Vettel, at the end of his career, and he has that's carried on with other things outside of being a driver. Again, he did a sustainability effort for F1. He got the karting sessions up for female drivers in Saudi Arabia, which is notable in its own way. 1 minute to go in this session, by the way. So it's not surprising that Toto would go to a party for Vettel. You think of doing? He's keep an eye on this wee fellow. He's a nut job for sure. And well, I mean, you have to be a nut job to be good in this car. I mean, Lando and Oscar are nut jobs in their own ways. We saw Max beat the total nut job in Ram Russell. Could he give Max a run for his money? He could eventually. It's a matter of what team he gets into, what car he's actually getting into. I mean, he's a prospect. He's in development, and even still, you can get to F1 and still develop. I mean, like Bierman is still developing, Antonelli is still developing, Isaac is still developing. Bortoletto is technically still developing. And we've come to the end of the session right now. At this point, no one is gaining on any times and doing any quality style runs that will adjust the board. So I'm going to basically bring our coverage to the close right now. We will be back. I'm going to be a mod for my. Hold on a second, everyone. Someone was using a emoji that's not appropriate. Anyways, I'm going to bring this session. This has been the Race Statistics channel. Russell was our P1 and Max was P2 and Oscar P3. Notably, Alex Dunn in Orlando North for FP1. The F2 leader right now was P4. They're only 2.24, so less than a quarter of a second behind Russell's time. So we will see you in a few hours for FP2. Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon. This has been Grash for the Race 66 channel.